I want to welcome you to the Perceptive Seasonal Cleanse. And as you're easing in this time, we're kind of going in on a subtle level for the detoxing, including the physical, but that's more of the core of it so that it's all coordinating together. And I just want you to think about how you want to soften your tissues, your energy, your mind. You can ask yourself, what can I do for myself that feels right for this moment? And during a seasonal reset, how do I want to feel? How easy can I make it on myself to do this process that I truly need right now? If you're deep detoxing, you can review the videos that are on the advanced oleation, and also in the detox guide, there's additional information there. One of the videos explains the process, and then the other one gives you ideas of how you want to approach the food afterwards. And just make sure if you're doing that deeper oleation that you have the time to dedicate to it, because it does take some time that you can put just towards doing that, and that part of that softening process. The rest of us are doing more, just with the body, mind, the spirit, the joy, going outside, just all those things. So for those doing less advanced, just you can listen to the solar plexus chakra meditation that's on our kickoff call recording. And from your list of the things that you wrote out that bring joy, this is the time to start to explore that a little more and experience it, especially involving humor and laughter, dancing, letting your inner child express itself, which I was doing this morning, even before I did this call. For those trying something new, there's earthing, there's forest bathing, nature walks, hikes, running, biking, riding, fishing, anything that takes you outdoors and away from social media, from the computers and the phones. Just anything that so you're giving more space to yourself, more space for yourself, less for the vices and things. And for me, like the fall gardening, which I didn't do as much this year, but it's one of those fantastic exercises and outdoor type of thing. You can have your gloves off, in areas where you're not working next to the house. And who doesn't have plenty of yard work to do? So, I mean, there's a lot of good things that can take you outside. And any of the chores that you do right now, or space clearing, just try to do almost like an awake meditation. So you're just kind of really in the moment, focusing on your breath. When thoughts surface, just kind of let them surface and then leave again, and then refocus on the breath and the task that you've done so many times. And just let that be kind of a meditative state. And that's, again, giving you space for yourself. And just focus on natural breathing, being in the here and now. You can do, deeper, long exhales. This is an excellent time for doing the exhales that are longer. And then just let your mind have the space it needs right now, as much as you can fit in your schedule, anywhere where you can adjust even a little bit to give yourself more space. And then whenever you do go outside and whatnot, just use all of your senses when you're out in nature, no matter what you're doing, what you choose to do. And for those doing some of the primal habits, you want to think about, is this an area like where I can do crawling, humming, or just sitting and listening? The other thing we're thinking about right now is, what type of detox am I doing? And I have kind of three set out that just to kind of define it, if you need a kind of a definition of the options, but it's still very personal to you. Just follow what you feel for yourself. There's rest and digest, where you're expanding your fasting times and adding in the microbiome foods and drinks. Add in a yellow food here and there to nourish your solar plexus chakra, and that'll help activate your Agni and keep it strong during this process. When you feel hungry, do deep, long exhales, then step away from the kitchen, sip hot water. Just keep your water thermos with you, and think of the things you want to do whenever you start to feel hungry, but you're not quite ready to eat yet. So the rest and digest is more of the stronger, longer fasting times and whatnot. and focusing on that. And I'm also posting the nitric oxide foods that are high in nitrates, so that you're adding to your nitric oxide in the body and in the nose, in the nasal passageways. The emotional detox, this is still like continuing our forgiveness work. Nourishing the mind and the spirit is the focus with this one. And doing some forgiveness work, doing more meditation, more breath work. Carve out time for a hobby, a place where you can literally put your pain outside of your body if you have pain, or any of the health issues, so that instead of focusing it on yourself and associating it to yourself, you're putting it creatively into the work. If you're eating recipes, if you're looking for a specific book with the emotional detox, the Living Ayurveda for a Calm, Clear Mind by Kate O'Donnell, that's a lot more ideal, because you could see the foods that are more calming, and that's what you're looking for, foods that are calming. If you're doing a healing detox, if that's what your focus is this time, do like a body check-in each day. If you can, it doesn't have to be every day, but just kind of checking in, feeling where your body and your spirit, everything, whatever's guiding you to certain areas in your body that need your attention. And then place your hands in that area and focus like the golden light from your heart in this area. So you're just pushing that light in that area. Feed it with the love, compassion, and understanding. What do I need to know? You can always ask, what do I need to know from this experience? Can I release this now from my fascia muscle, from the cell memories? Is my chakra open and spinning and balanced in this particular area that I'm working with? You can also do the Tarpana ancestral healing, just not on October 14th, because that is an eclipse. You're also looking at kind of your meal planning, picking out some of the recipes. Let certain things kind of inspire you, especially if you've been kind of doing the same thing and you want to do a little bit different or more simple, or if you want to experiment with some of the different things with khichdi. I put some tips in with our information too. So with your strategic planning for your detox, it's just thinking about what can I delegate or reschedule to create more time and space for myself during this cleanse. Is there a habit that I want, that I can either like stack it on another, or one that I'm already doing and using like a habit trigger? So you can use a person, place, thing, time, and let that help you set that goal. Every time I come into this room now, what I do is I pick up the little weights and I do the little arm exercises for the strengthening and toning of my arms and upper body. So it's a place. That's my trigger. Okay. And you also want to think about your recipes, have those out and looking at what will best support you for your current needs, basically for this cleanse. And am I adding in some of the microbiome foods and drinks? Am I eliminating meat and caffeine? Am I trying to ferment food or drink? Am I sprouting seeds, microgreens, if you're doing any of those things, getting those out and going so that they're ready for you when you want to use them? Is there anything you're foraging, wild weeds outside right now? What's in season? What do you have around you? Places that you walk. Is there a place where you walk that you see those wild weeds? And you can put those, in salad, in soup, in the green juice. You can dehydrate it and make it into a powder and put it in the juice or the smoothie or anything that you fix like that. And just see, am I more attracted to juicing? Am I more in need of the warm soups, salads that are like partially cooked, so that there's some warmth to those as well? And what will I eat if I need a bit of meat during the deep detoxing? Because sometimes if you've had more meat recently before you come into the detox, then there may be a point where you feel like you have a need for the protein, and just decide ahead at like a hard-boiled egg, salmon, just something simple and small, not just a portion where that you feel like you're getting what you need. Get real curious about the food. If you're not sure what foods help you eliminate easier when you need to, you can start to explore that as well. That's each of us has something that works really well for us. So just kind of learn what that is for you. And that's just in addition, to drinking, staying hydrated, drinking a lot of water in the morning to eliminate, since that's always the goal, is the elimination in the morning before you start eating again. And I want to recommend, if you do cook and eat khichdi, you can soak your rice overnight in filtered water, and you can either sprout whole mung beans or you can just soak them overnight. And then just by planning a little bit ahead, you'll make the khichdi more digestible, more enjoyable. You can add more liquid if it's too thick. It's any of those things that you just make adjustments to it. There's so many different recipes for khichdi out there now. It's just amazing. And we'll just keep checking, because I'm adding more information into the member content all the time. I'm adding information in the Facebook group, and I'm also setting up emails, and you'll get this video with your email today. So I'll keep sending stuff over just a period of time here, so that we're all keeping on track together and have a little bit of updated information between our phone calls. Okay, so October 14th is our at 6 a.m. Central Time, Chicago time, USA. It's 6 a.m. on October 14th, and that'll be our going deep. So just it doesn't mean you have to go deep at the same time everybody is or during that call, but it's just framing the mindset towards what you're going to do for your deep detox. And we'll get all together here again. We'll see you soon.